Hey everybody, this is Carissa with Fearless Talk, and this week we're doing a book review. So I had the pleasure of reading Sex is Not the Problem, Lust Is by Joshua Harris, and it was an absolutely phenomenal read. What I really liked the most about the book was how Joshua really dove headfirst into sex and lust. What he did was he used his own experiences from friends, and also letters and emails that he received to really give you an idea of how their situations really allowed them to be able to combat lust, and how lust is really an issue. It's a bigger problem than what we all make it seem and what it really is. So from reading this book, I want to say that I recommend it to young adults, mature audiences. Even though Joshua Harris uses PG language, I still feel like certain topics that he talked about is just not meant for juvenile or younger audiences, okay? Also, men and women, everybody can read this book. It's universal. He talks about how lust works between both men and women. So, there's a little subchapter or a chapter for everyone. So you could definitely check that out. I also recommend this to people who are struggling with pornography or lust or infidelity or any other sexual impurity that you can think about. I really think that he gives good ways to combat lust and those sexual impurities. So I'm going to give you a list of, not a list, but a little idea of what he spoke about. I'll give that to you in a couple of minutes as well. And also, people who are curious about sex and lust and Christianity, and they want to just, get a better understanding of how these things, affect people or affect Christians, they should definitely read it and check it out. So some of the topics, I'm going to give you a couple of chapters or sub-chapters that were talked about in the book. Joshua Harris speaks about what lust is. He speaks about what sex is, the way God intended it to be, and how sex is the way we intend it to be, how it is now. And he also speaks about how lust plays a part in each. He also talks about internet pornography and media pornography. He speaks about the lies that the devil may tell you, or the lies that people may tell you about sex or about lust, and he combats them with the truth, which is Bible verses. So, that was a very hard-hitting chapter. Just a heads up, I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. The book opens with the topic of masturbation. So that's why I said, I really feel like this is a book for young audiences. Sorry, not young audiences, young adult audiences. And I even read about this topic before, because I was like, I've heard people speak about it and they're like, oh, it's not a problem. And some people are like, yeah, it is a problem. And Joshua gives his honest opinion, which I value and I respect, and I think that you should definitely read it and listen to what he has to say, because it's very interesting. Of course, you can agree to disagree, that's just life, but, definitely take that into account when you read the book. So when it came down to combating lust, like I said before, he gives you Bible verses, situations that himself and people that he knows has been in. He also gives you, at the end of the book in the appendix, a step-by-step guide on what he felt was useful and how to combat lust. So that was cool. And he also talks about fighting lust yourself versus allowing Jesus to come in and fight the lust for you. This whole chapter on salvation and about what Jesus did for us on the cross, and how we need to look to him for help and not try to do it ourselves, because when we do it ourselves, we either, if we succeed, glorify ourselves, or if we fail, we keep sinning all over again. So he really digs deep into that. That's what majority of the book is about. But yeah. Definitely read that. That was heavy. That's a heavy hitter right there. So I got a little treat for you guys. I have 5 to 6 sentences that I find in the book to be completely just amazing. So here's a little excerpt, okay? And it says, because the possibilities are endless, I have a simple definition for lust. Lust is craving sexually what God has forbidden. To lust is to want what you don't have and weren't meant to have. Lust goes beyond attraction, an appreciation for beauty, or even a healthy desire for sex. It makes these desires more important than God. Lust wants to go outside God's guidelines to find satisfaction. So that's what he thinks lust is. And Joshua Harris, like I said, he uses, once again, his own personal experiences. And I feel like his transparency within the book, like he's very transparent. He's very honest. When you read it, it's like talking to a friend. Like he just really tells you what happened to him and what he did and what he's doing to combat lust so that it doesn't reappear in his life. The book is an easy read, very informational, straight, simple, to the point, and it's a real eye-opener to just how big lust is a problem in our society. And, you know, even after I read it, like I started seeing how lust pops up in everything and it's everywhere. Like today I was on the train and I saw a billboard on the subway, and it said, it was for Zipcar. And it said, no booty call will go unanswered. And I was just like, oh, like I was shocked. I was like, oh, did they like talk about booty calls on the train? I was so mad. But yeah, so it just goes to like, after you read the book, you really like start to see how much lust sneaks in on you, like at, you know, anywhere. One of the things that he mentioned in his book that I started doing was deleting songs off my iPod that might have like sexual lyrics in it, because I really want to follow Christ. I really want to follow the Bible, and I want to be as pure as I possibly can. So I started deleting those songs. Like Joshua Harris's book really changed me, and it really made me notice a lot of things about other people, about myself, about society, about Christianity. So I really think that if you're looking to really understand what sex and lust is, pick up this book. It won't hurt. If you are interested in getting an idea for how Joshua Harris writes, he does have a website. It's joshharris.com. So that's JOSHHARRIS.com. Okay, so check that out. If you guys end up reading it, let me know what you think. Once again, these are all just my opinions, but I really feel like it's a good book to pick up and read. So this is Carissa with Fearless Talk, and I'll see you guys next week. Have a great one. Okay, bye.